Today's video, we'll be looking at the psychology of holding your trades. As a trader, I'm sure you face this scenario yourself. So many instances you actually take a trade, it's going in profit. Sometimes you actually get some nice initial profits on it, but you fail to close them, you fail to take some profits because you're actually waiting for your initial take profits to be hit. But you realize that once you fail to take these profits, the trade actually reverses, goes into drawdown, comes back to entry, drawdown, entry, profits, drawdown, entry, profits, drawdown, before it eventually either goes to hit your stop loss or most likely ends up going in a direction you expect it to go initially. So the major course of action that so many traders resort to is just taking small profits, closing at entry, or simply just cutting their losses. And then you come back to the markets and you realize that the trade eventually ends up going in the direction you predicted initially. It is one of the most frustrating situations you can ever face as a trader. So today's video, I'll be teaching you what exactly I like to do when I'm in a trade and it starts consolidating. When I talk of consolidation, I'm simply talking about the up, down movements. So you realize that you are in this trade and you just waste your time. You actually end up spending hours in this trade before it eventually moves in your favor. So sometimes you lose patience and you decide to just cut your losses or just to take some early profits or just close at entry. There are one or two things I like to do anytime the market starts consolidating on me in that particular manner, which I will be teaching you in today's video. So if you cannot wait for me to start, if you cannot wait for this video to start, if you cannot wait for me to change how you manage your trades, I want you to simply like this video. If you're new to this channel, I want you to also subscribe to this channel. If you're a returning subscriber, please make sure you hit that notification bell, leave a comment, like this video, share with as many traders you know as possible, and help this channel grow. If you're new here, I'm Common Forex and I've been trading Forex profitably for the past 5 years. Like I basically said in the intro, in today's video, I'll be teaching you the psychology behind my ability to hold trades. Every single thing I teach you here is based on trades I've actually taken with my community. I simply teach you based on my experiences the previous days. So yesterday, I took a trade on gold with my VIP. Went into some initial profits, as you can clearly see. We caught about 30 pips, then the market started consolidating. I basically actually ended up telling them to close, as you can actually see. I told them to close this particular position and that we will find a re-entry later, a couple of hours later, and I told them to jump in again. So the reason I actually told them to jump in again is what I'll be teaching you here today, as it is one of the simplest tricks you need to inculcate in your trading, which is basically what we call chart patterns. A lot of traders, we feel chart patterns are pretty basic. So trust me, you are missing out a lot because there's a lot you can actually do with your chart patterns if you use them right. So today's video, I'll be teaching you how I applied chart patterns on this simple gold trade of mine that ended up giving us over 600 pips in profit. Just one single trade in one day, just one single position. And funny enough, I actually found the entry for this trade on the 15 minutes time frame, and I ended up making over 600 pips with my community. So if you are here, you need to also be part of this Telegram community. If you want to also join the VIP as well, join the community, and you have the link to easily join the VIP, which is a paid subscription group, if you want to also take advantage of my daily profitable trading signals. So all I did was basically went straight to the market when I came onto the charts. And as you can clearly see, we are currently on the 4-hour. Normally, I like to determine the direction of the market from this particular time frame. So if you look here clearly, you see I was actually expecting the markets to actually drop all the way. So you remember the last trade I broke down 650 pips. It was basically break and retest. Now the market is basically coming down where I see it on a bearish move. I'm expecting it to at least come back to retest on this particular resistance 10 support again. Then we see what the market is going to do there. So if I want to take advantage of this sell, I'm basically going to stretch to the 15 minutes time frame to find an entry for this trade. So on the 15 minutes time frame, what do we basically see? You see the market giving us some sort of wedge formation in here. But like I said, one of the easiest things I like to take advantage of on gold is simply look at breakouts. So now I basically would mark out my most recent low here, which is my support, most recent high, which is also my resistance at the top there. And then like I basically said, I saw this, beautiful wedge formation forming in here. I'm simply waiting to see the market break out of here. But when it breaks out of here, I'm going to also just wait and see how it does when it gets to this particular breakout. If you're talking about chart patterns, the name don't make you. How much you make of it is what makes you. What I'll basically explain to us is that it doesn't matter if you know the name of the particular chart pattern or not. The trading decisions you make when you see that particular chart pattern matters much more than the name. So now basically I'm now waiting for simply a breakout from this particular wedge we have here. So now first candle runs through, goes back up. Like I said, patience is always key. So this was very early in the morning at dawn on Wednesday. You see how long, how much we have to wait to find most of the trading opportunities we actually get on the market. So now what do we see? Next candle eventually runs through, but it closes on top of it. So it is not a breakout. Watch my last video and then understand what I simply mean anytime I talk about a breakout. So now we get our next candle consolidating on top of this, so we need a breakout from here before we make our decision. So once we get this candle eventually close out of here, we now get what we mean by a breakout. Risk to reward. You manage your risk. You know how much you're risking on each of your trading positions. Then we have stop loss right on top of this range. So let's say I'm putting my stop loss at about 24.21. Then I simply now look at the major levels in here to make my trading decisions for me. So if I'm targeting this particular key level, that's about 100 pips. Looking at the major low at the bottom here. So long term, throughout the week to next week, I was actually expecting the market to come all the way down here. So now let me adjust my risk to reward to this point so we see how far the market went right after we took our trade here. So I need you to also stick with me because I'll also be explaining to you how exactly I need to jump in again. So first candle here gave us what I said, about 40 pips in profits. Then it started pulling back. Then we finally started getting a pullback, which is why I always tell you that anytime you exceed 30 pips as a trader, every single time you exceed 30 pips, just take some profits. It doesn't matter if it's 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, just take some profits. So we made 40 pips, we took some profits off the table. Then the market started consolidating again, as you can clearly see. So it came back to entry, then it goes down. It comes back to entry, then it goes down. Like the moment it kept doing that, just either you take some small profits or you simply close at entry. We will always re-enter again, which is the confidence I like to instill in my traders. So now we actually ended up going all the way up. Then the moment I actually, saw this candle coming here again, I sent them another, signal to actually re-enter and manage risk on that particular next position. The reason why I told them to re-enter was because I saw another rising wedge in here again. So anytime the market consolidates for a very long time, one of the things I like with my consolidations is that if it consolidates for a very long time, actually, I expect it to break out. Normally in the same direction it went initially. So let's say if the market drops for a sell and the consolidation is very, very long, I expect it to drop for another sell. Same as we had here. Drop for a sell, consolidated for a very, very long time. I expected it to drop again. Same thing here as well. So now, like I said, we're in this position. We went into drawdowns, come into profit, drawdowns, profit, almost went very close to our stop loss. Finally ended up getting a beautiful evening star here. Right after getting the evening star we had here, look at what happened in the next very candles. We ended up getting some beautiful drops, 100 pips. Then it pulled back again, then dropped more after that. Then look at what happened right after. Let me show you something. We ended up catching over 350 pips. So after getting over 350 pips again, look at what basically happened. Started pulling back, started giving another rising wedge again. Then it eventually drops. Did the same thing, started pulling back, started giving us another rising wedge again. Then it eventually drops. Even very early at dawn, same thing, started pulling back, another rising wedge again, then it drops. So you can see how many times this actually happened here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all giving you opportunities to find amazing re-entries on this particular trade. So currently we are floating in over 600 pips profits on this simple. I have one small position left, which is running in over 600 pips in profits, all from simple chart pattern breakouts, looking at exactly how the market consolidates. So now you realize here that I went into drawdowns, the market stressed me out for quite a bit. But understanding the particular chart pattern I always trade with and knowing to look out for it anytime the market keeps consolidating is what enabled me to still keep holding on to this trade. Even when I exited, I still came back into this particular position because I expected the market to go in a direction I expected it to. So this is one of the main things I like to do anytime I'm in a trade and the market starts consolidating on me, stressing me, and then trying to test my resolve or my psychology. So guys, we've come to the end of today's video. Like I always say, I like to approach trading from a very, 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 very simplistic point of view. I like to keep things simple. I like to apply every single tool in my arsenal to find trades, to manage my trades. Chart patterns, market structure, it doesn't matter. This is one of the main things you should also inculcate in your trading. I hope this video was extremely helpful. After watching the video, feel free to leave a comment in here. If you want to also be a part of the normally weekly giveaways I do on my YouTube, feel free to leave an amazing comment of every single thing you learned in this video. Feel free to flood my comment section with it. Also like this video. If you want to see this channel grow as much and as fast as we've seen it grow, I need you to also subscribe to this channel. Like I said, over 50% of my viewers are not actually subscribed to this channel, so I need you to be a returning subscriber. Hit the subscribe button, also smash the notification bell so you get notified anytime I go live or anytime I drop a new video on YouTube. You can also keep up with me on my socials, KOMMONFOREX on all platforms, Instagram, Telegram, TikTok, on X as well. And then click on the link in the description to also join my trading community on Telegram. We are fast approaching 15,000 subscribers. I need you to join us. Let's smash that mark and then keep growing as fast as we have been. And then finally, there's also a link in the description which takes you straight to my recommended broker that offers you 24/7 customer service, instant deposits and withdrawals, tightest spreads, as well as the best trading conditions you can also get. Thank you very much for joining me in this one. As always, I'm KOMMONFOREX and I hope I left you better than I found you. See you all in the next one. I'm out.